Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project in Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a magnetic excursion update Friday, November 8th, around 10 p.m. Mountain Time 2024. A second major paroxysm at Lewotobi Laki in Flores, Indonesia, has sent ash and clouds of smoke to 50,000 feet. We're keeping a close eye on Hurricane Rafael as it makes its way to Mexico, and we've got epic snow in the forecast. Keep calm. It's boom time. Let's talk about the snow. Ho, ho, ho. This epic snowstorm could be Denver's biggest in November in decades. Does this mean a snowy winter is ahead? Well, it certainly means Al Gore is a liar. This storm will likely go down as the largest November storm in the Denver metro area in the last 30 years. And snow is continuing to fall as the Colorado region hasn't been hit this hard with snowpack like this since 1992. And what do I mean? Well, over 50% of the basins in the West have up to, take a look at these numbers, 1,255% of average snowpack. These are epic. Over here in the West, 1,318%, 4,200% of average snowpack here in Idaho. Absolutely astounding numbers for the snowpack. Almost all basins at or epically above normal. Anything in blue is well above normal. The rest of the regions up here are looking good. Just 3 regions, in California, well below normal. Those numbers will change as you see the forecast in just a moment. Let's talk about wildfires. We were talking about the mountain fire the last few days, destroying many structures. In fact, the total number now has risen to 132 structures. But the Southern California firefighters are gaining ground over these wildfires thanks to decreased winds. As of earlier today, I believe we have 14% containment, which is good news. The mountain fire, which started Wednesday morning in Ventura County, grew to 32 square miles, and it was now 14% contained Friday evening, which is good news because they will make progress all night. But talking about the East Coast, firefighters in New Jersey talk about burnout while battling back-to-back wildfires. They are hanging in there, which is good news. And seeing the flames and plumes of smoke from above is one thing, but seeing wildfires on the ground is a whole different. Evesham Fire Rescue has been assisting in offering resources and manpower to the New Jersey Firefighter Service in battling the Bethany Run wildfire, which is burning close to 400 acres next to Kettle Run Road. A small fire compared to those in the West. And here we can take a look at the fire and smoke map, and you can see there is not much smoke in the upper 48 or in North America whatsoever. Just a few small plumes here, which are moving offshore from the Southern California mountain fire there. Most of the smoke is offshore now. And the New Jersey fires barely plume at all. We got to blow all the way up in here. So areas of southern Jersey, Atlantic City, and north, all the way to Toms River, with another fire there burning currently in the east. Will these fires be quenched by Mother Nature? Well, yeah, they always eventually get put out. The full forecast coming soon. And let's take a look at the tropics. Hurricane Rafael, now downgraded to Tropical Storm Rafael, is going to spend some time here in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico before it makes its way towards southern Mexico as a tropical depression and eventually dissipates or re-strengthens in the Pacific. Here are the Tropical Storm Rafael tracks. The spaghetti models as of now. None of the models are showing this storm will affect the lower 48 at all. And here is the full forecast. Heavy rain in the lower Mississippi Valley Saturday, then heavy rain and snow in the Northeast starting Sunday. Fun day. Heavy rains will bring potential flash flooding to portions of the lower Mississippi Valley. Early this weekend across the Pacific Northwest, an atmospheric river event is set to arrive Sunday, bringing heavy coastal rains and high elevation snowfall. Above average temperatures will continue for much of the country through the weekend. Winter storm watches and warnings up for most of eastern Colorado, blizzard warnings for portions of northeastern New Mexico, and even a winter storm warning for Texas, the nexus of the Schmexis. A quick look at the GFS model shows you that snowstorm bombing out in eastern Colorado. Right now, in front of it, we've got some severe weather in Kansas and Oklahoma, say it ain't Soma, with a tropical storm in the center of the Gulf. Let's move this through 3, 6, 9 hours. By morning, most of the snow in eastern Colorado will have dissipated as the front moves through the center of the U.S. And yeah, that tropical storm continues to churn in the Gulf. As we move through the weekend into next week, the storm system will move to the east, bringing rain for the early work week there for the East Coast as Tropical Storm Rafael dissipates into nothing. And you can see that heavy Pacific system moving into the Pacific Northwest Monday, Tuesday, and down Wednesday, moving east. And another system right behind it for the Pacific Northwest on Wednesday and Thursday will be pushing up into Canada and then dipping down into the Rocky Mountains by next weekend. A quick look at the total accumulated snowfall. And there is the boom. And we'll walk that through for you. So here is Friday into Saturday morning and Sunday into Monday morning. That's the weekend snow for Colorado and the West. A smattering of flurries in the Northeast. We'll move it through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. More heavy snow for the Northwest down into the upper elevations of the Rockies. By Thursday, the Northeast could be picking up some snow in the higher elevations, especially the ski resorts here Thursday and Friday. Take a look at that. Could be 6, 10 inches in some areas, which is good news for those resorts. At the same time, next weekend, another system moves down into the west. And it looks like Canada is about to get buried. Shut up, Al. Get in your hole. Al Gore says he lives in Canada. Take a look at the totals here in BC. If these hold true, holy macaroni, this is going to be an epic, record-breaking snow season. Well, skiing season. Certainly a season for pleasing. Yakutia is in a deep freeze, and South Africa's first major November snow since 1939. What is going on? I thought we're in a global warming world where we'll never see snow. In fact, snowfall records are approached in New Mexico as well as Colorado. Wow. Let's talk about Yakutia first. Optimizing Asia's early season freeze. Yakutia has been enduring overnight lows to minus 39 C, which is minus 38 Fahrenheit. And by Friday, lows of minus 43.6 Fahrenheit are expected. Absolutely bone-chilling. Now, South Africa's first major November snow since 1939. Yes, it's true. South Africa is witnessing its first significant snowfall in 85 years. And it appears as if everyone's just pulling over and enjoying it. The Eastern Cape Providence, usually embracing warm summer conditions by now, as it officially begins summer, finds itself under a historic blanket of snow. Ho, ho, ho. In fact, Lilonolono Thorbelia, a forecaster at the South African Weather Service, explained that the heavy snow was caused by a cutoff low, a low-pressure system that delivers Antarctic air and heavy precipitation. Sounds like the meridional flow to me. And that's a ho, ho, ho. Take a look at some of these conditions in South Africa. And a quick note here. This is what it looks like in New Mexico this morning. Yeah, those are cows, and they're barely moving through the fields. And it's only November, folks. Sign of the times. Seismic update. A moderate uptick in seismic activity worldwide. No major quakes. The largest quake of the day, a 6.2 in southern Chile here at 728 kilometers west-northwest of Cochrane. This quake is a surface quake, so not a blot echo there. Up here, we have a 5.1 in Ecuador at blot echo, so we'll keep a close eye on that as normal activity in the rest of the world. Except we do see some activity here in the Kamchatka near Shivalush, and we'll get to that in just a moment. But first, another paroxysm at Lewotobi today. Yes, Mount Lewotobi, Laki Laki, unleashes towering columns of hot clouds. Days ago, up to 55,000 feet. And again, today, another paroxysm, which you're looking at here. I wanted to point out one thing. These volcanic eruptions at Lewotobi are gigantic. In fact, yesterday, experts at the scene have found craters from rocks falling from the eruptions up to 13 meters wide and 5 meters deep. Those are huge rocks blasting off the mountain. Now, authorities have warned the thousands of people who fled the area not to return home as the government plans evacuation of 16,000 residents out of the danger zone. And good news, because there was a second paroxysm today, and we'll get to that. Karimsky today, 8,000 feet. We've got Sabankaya on the list. Marapi to 12,000. Lewotobi. This is the old eruption to 55,000 feet on the list today. Dukono to 8. Semeru to 15. Canelon, a 9,000 foot blast today. Popo to 19. Shivalush to 32,000 feet. That's the Kamchatka activity as Shivalush continues to heat up. Fuego to 16, Shivalush to 20, and here is the new paroxysm. That is not it. Tall lava fountains and major eruption sent ash up to 55,000 feet in the first paroxysm, which made those gigantic craters we just talked about. Semeru, who knew, now you do 15,000 foot. Lewotobi to 55,000. Karimsky to 10. Reventador, 15,000 foot blast. Nevado de Ruiz to 19,000 foot. Santa Guido to 14. Fuego to 15. Popo to 19,000 foot. Sangay to 20,000 foot. Lewotobi, 53,000 foot blast. Karimsky on the list. Shivalush to 20,000 foot. Dukono to 8. Semeru to 13. Wow, what a list of eruptions today. A huge list that goes on and on. 15,000 foot at Fuego, 21,000 for Nevado de Ruiz, and we come to the next strong explosion occurring at the volcano a half an hour ago at 4:47 local time on early Saturday morning. According to the Volcano Observatory, the eruption lasted 7 minutes and generated an ash column rising 30,000 feet above the summit of Lewotobi Laki Laki, putting this ash near the stratosphere once again. Ibu to 7, Lewotobi with a 50,000 foot plume, almost matching the last paroxysm. Semeru, 15,000 foot, and what a day for volcanic explosions. Speaking of which, that's quite spectacular. Now, Leah and I will be discussing the implications of this eruption tomorrow on our radio show, 12 noon Mountain Time, in Studio B on Revolution.radio. Space weather news update. The sun has gone quiet over the last 24 hours. No M flares, low-level C flaring only. Telemetry has kicked up, and there is a chance for aurora up at high latitude. If you're up in Canada, you might see a good show. KP currently at 4. And there you can see the telemetry shifting about 12 hours ago. Let's refresh this. Yeah, you can see the BZ pushing south here and remaining there, which is kicking off that geomagnetic instability. Plasma speed very low. Density has remained the same as well as temp. So it is the BZ alone, the magnetic field, that is forcing the instability. Guys, if you didn't know, a good friend of mine, Ron Sutcliffe, who did the Archeoastronomy out here at Chimney Rock, was just featured in Graham Hancock's new show, I believe, on Cosmic Catastrophe or Ancient Aliens or whatever he's doing currently. But they were doing some work down here in Chaco Canyon, and my friend Ron got a chance to make some videos with them. And he is going to be featured in Graham Hancock's show. Here we've got a portion of Ron's footage. He's in the very beginning right here, in the first few minutes. And please go check out Ron's website, moonspiral.com, Moon Cycle Awareness, where he talks about the lunar standstill, chimney rock, archeoastronomy, and well, he's not only a friend of the channel and a friend of mine, but a good friend to actual observational science. So go check it out. Go check out the video. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel and tell him Diamond sent you. And get the book. I think it's $16. Moon Tracks. Lunar Horizon Patterns by Ron Sutcliffe. Leah and I will also be discussing the plans to trash the International Space Station and a preview of bigger problems with that idea. A special spacecraft will guide the space station through Earth's atmosphere, but what about other large pieces of space debris? How will they avoid a catastrophic collision and potentially the Kessler syndrome? Now, the Kessler syndrome, also known as collisional cascading, is a scenario where the amount of space debris in orbit around Earth becomes so great that collisions between objects create more debris, which leads to more collisions and then a cascading collisional effect. This chain reaction of collisions can make it difficult or impossible to ever use satellites or any other spacecraft ever. We'll talk more about this tomorrow on our radio show, and I'm sure it will be eye-opening. And that's a boom to knowledge. Please share this video. We are shadow banned. We need your help to grow. Hit the thumbs up. It helps with the algorithm. And be safe. We love you. And that is a boom.